I used to think at the start of my career that once I made enough money, all my financial worries would disappear. I mean, isn't that the goal? Work hard, make money, and then live stress free? That paradigm just changed. Money problems come in two types. There's the kind that disappears when you have more money, and there's the kind that no amount of money can fix. Let's talk about these problems. The first type of money problem I would say is more to do with the survival. These are basic fundamental needs like paying rent, buying food, making sure your bills are covered, etc. So if you're in this stage, the solution is clear that you need more money, plain and simple. We can extrapolate that to the Maslow's hierarchy of needs too. So you can't worry about higher level goals like purpose, fulfillment, etc. if you don't know how you're going to pay next month's rent, right? So when people say money doesn't, buy you happiness, that's something you need to reconsider, because if you don't have enough money for basic survival, then yes, money is absolutely the solution to your biggest problem, that is survival. But the things get interesting here. So once you have enough money to cover your basic needs, your money problems just don't go away, they evolve. So what do I mean by evolve? That's where there's a second type of problem, which kicks in. So those problems are mostly psychological or intrinsic money problems. Things like, am I making enough money? Am I making enough money to keep up with my peers? What if I lose everything? Is this really what I really want? So it's funny, when you don't have enough money, you think making money more will solve your worries. But once you have enough, you start worrying about things like, or you rather start worrying about things like status, self worth, or whether you're living up to your potential and all that stuff. Alex Lieberman, for example, sold his company for $75 million and still struggles with something called as financial anxiety. Not because he doesn't have enough, but because he's worried about keeping it, growing it, and what happens if he loses it. And that's the thing. So, that kind of money problems, the latter kind of money problems, aren't solved by making more money. They're just tied to your identity, self esteem, and sense of security. It's not about having money, it's about what money you have means to you. And here, where it gets tricky, because once you have enough, you start comparing yourself with others. I mean, it's not a generalized statement, but there are certain examples that you would see, and it's kind of more like a norm that you compare yourself to others, not really something to do with specifically the audience that I'm speaking with, etc. But until you see someone younger than you buying a multi-million dollar home which you cannot afford, or you hear about a friend making double of what you do, suddenly your success doesn't feel enough. So that's why more money doesn't automatically bring you peace of mind. If anything, it can create more anxiety, because now you're not just trying to survive, you're trying to keep up, prove to yourself, and live up to your expectations. So the real question to ask here is, how do I break free from this cycle? So let's break this down into three key lessons or three key takeaways. More money solves basic needs but not deeper fulfillment. Once your survival is covered, your concerns shift to meaning, self identity, and purpose. Money can't fill those gaps. Lesson number two: financial anxiety doesn't disappear, it evolves. So, whether you're rich or not, money related issues never fully go away, it just takes new forms. And lesson number three is that the key to financial fulfillment isn't just wealth, it's the mindset. It's not the numbers, it's the mindset. So if you're always chasing more, which is a quantity, it's you're quantifying wealth without understanding what you actually want, you'll never feel satisfied. And true financial well being is about defining success based on your financial understanding on what wealth means to you. So instead of just asking, how much money do I need to retire, to do this, to do that, yes, etc., ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to create with the money? What makes me feel fulfilled beyond just numbers in the bank account or in the investment portfolio? Or am I building the life that actually makes me happy with the amount of money that I aim to do or aim to make? So, because at the end of the day, the goal isn't just to be rich, it's about being fulfilled with your life, not with the numbers at your bank account or your portfolio. So, the number is a quantity, but the fulfillment is a feeling. So, if you have been stressing about money, take a step back and ask yourself, is the problem a type 1 problem, that's something I can actually fix by making more money, or is it a different or the latter type of problem that is something deeper tied to my own mindset or the way I see myself or my expectations from the world? Understanding the difference between these two types of problems will change your mindset towards thinking about money. Because real financial success isn't about making more, it's about knowing when enough is enough and how to use the enough to make more in life. So, this is about thoughts that I had. I wanted to share with you. Hope it's helpful to you. Like always, if you like the content of this video, do like, share, and subscribe. Until the next video, see you and take care.